Right, Deadpool. I was meant to make this ages ago, to be honest, but time got away from me. I have a job opportunity that I'm trying to look forward to, trying to follow through with, but enough about me and my problems. Deadpool. I would recommend this film to most people. Comic book lovers, normal people, normies. I recommend this to anyone because it's a good family film. It's not a bad film. It's not a bad comic film. It's not even a bad romance film. It does everything sort of right, and I feel like that's why people really clung to it. That they really enjoyed it because there's very few gripes people could complain about with this film. Uh, what I liked about it was the humor and really and truly the audience experience, because that has been ignored quite a lot in people when they talk about going to watch a film or going to see the movies. You know, going to the cinema with the lads, and when you go to a film that's hyped this much and the seats are filled up and people are literally going through aisles saying, "Is that seat open? Is there room for two?" Because people come with whoever they come with. You know, you get a lot of atmosphere, and that is what encourages me to go to the cinema altogether. There were laughs from like the first 2 minutes onwards to the end, and people caught references. Of course, Deadpool tends to be a more of a casual character, so you know, little things like the things he referenced caught on with the audience, even though they're films. You know, X3 reference, Green Lantern references. People laugh, they chuckle, they, you know, it was a good experience altogether watching a film with so many people. Of course, there's references that people wouldn't get. Like my brother and I, we both love comics, so when they mentioned Bob in the film, mind you, I should have said this before, but there's spoilers. But I'm going to assume that by the 18th, people have seen this film already. It came out Valentine's Day. That was the 14th. Yeah, because I know when Valentine's Day is. So 4 days later, the film should have been seen by a lot of people. So again, going forward, there's going to be spoilers in my little tidbit about this film that I like. So yeah, when Bob was mentioned, you know, I laughed, my brother laughed. Not many people laughed. In fact, I can probably say that my brother and I were the only ones who caught the Bob reference. You know, he couldn't be an agent of Hydra because he Hydra's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I don't think they're allowed to do that because of licensing and all that nonsense. But that was, for me at least, the shining bit of the film was the humor and how it wasn't, you know, pulling back punches, which rated it the rated R rating in the first place was that it was raunchy. It was, you know, saying fuck a lot. You know, there were loads of swear words. The funniest part of the film, for me at least, the one that made me laugh the hardest, was when Deadpool and Negasonic Teenage Warhead are being shot at and they're undercover, and he's like, he says either close your eyes, child. No, he says look away. He says look away, child, really softly, and then he like screams at her, and that brought tears to my eyes because that was just the funniest thing. And I have such an odd sense of humor that I would be the person who's laughing long after the joke is over, and and no one else is still laughing, and I tried to stifle it because I was like, all right, I'm being a bit of a knobhead because there's no one else laughing. The direction of the film was good too. It wasn't perfect though for me. I felt like there wasn't many places explored, and mind you, it is a first film. I don't want to ask for too much because then it becomes a film where they're trying to make too many references or they're trying to go too many places, and that's not necessary. You know, that's not good if they try and like shove a lot, because as you know, with movies like X-Men 3 and Spider-Man 3, having a massive cast and letting it overwhelm the actual content of the film, it destroys the film for everyone. It kind of collapses in on itself like a fucking black hole, and that's just not fun for anyone. So the balance of going a lot of places and not going to too many places is a very thin line, and for me at least, it wasn't expanded enough instead of being, you know, too much, because they go but so many places in the film. Not even places, but I don't know, I don't want to say plot points because even that seems a bit nitpicky. But the movie wasn't perfect for me. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun for me. A lot of jokes. What else was in the film? I'm blanking off so many things. Colossus was really good. Even Deadpool and Colossus together was a lot of fun because Colossus wasn't exactly a character you would see, you know, as a second-hand foil for a character, a main character in a film. You know, for the past couple films, he's been like the small sort of person in the background in the X-Men films, and now he's like the no shit character he's meant to be, or at least the more comic book looking character he's meant to be. So he's like big, you know, he's metal all the time. He's like, he has a Russian accent. I'm not even sure he had a Russian accent in the X-Men films, which is kind of annoying because I feel like accents, you know, like that are notorious for characters. Like imagine having Gambit without his like Cajun accent. That's just no fun. You know, that's part of his character. Or you know how the X-Men films did it, Rogue without her accent. That's no fun. Like Southern American accent, well, Southern North American accents, I suppose is what it's called, are really distinctive, and I really do like those things. The ending for me for Deadpool was it tied up nicely. It did it in a way that it didn't guarantee a second film. Of course, there's the after credits teaser, but films shouldn't make themselves with the implication there's going to be another film, but at the same time, there was such a happy ending that it almost felt insincere. Like there's so much that now can go wrong because the film had a happy ending. Although Wade, he did deserve it. He went through a lot of crap in the film, and that's one thing that I really appreciate because they could have easily made a film where, you know, Deadpool is this Joker character, or Chimichangas and all that, and you know he's Daniel Way's Deadpool, and me, like most people with a common sense in their head, you know, don't like such low common denominator characterization of Deadpool. So the foil of him being a completely snarky character and also being a completely serious sort of, I have a single-minded purpose, they've got Vanessa and I need to save her, that was just the perfect balance of Wade Wilson that I enjoy. I read Cable and Deadpool. I was one of the first comics I actually read from the first issue to the last, and they really did capture just Deadpool the way I like him, at least. I look forward to the next Deadpool film if it does really include Cable. People have been talking about, I'm not sure what the actor's name is, but he's Quartic in Avatar, and I would be over the moon if they had him in the next Deadpool film because he's just a really good actor. Negasonic Teenage Warhead, she's adorable. She is a really great character insofar that she's another foil to Deadpool, as is Colossus, and her laughing at Deadpool's nonsense, like the one scene when they're on the bridge and she's like chuckling because he's being a complete dickhead, that is what sold me on her character. That, like, little scenes like that made her character for me. Like the acting, the way she performed the character, that was really good for me. Ajax as a villain, I didn't hate him. I really didn't. He, I don't want to say he could have been better, because given what screen time he had and what his purpose in the film was, he was for me, he was a good character. Not perfect. He could have been a bit more threatening. But this with Deadpool, Weasel, and Vanessa, there's not many threats Deadpool can have to him. You know, he's already got cancer. He's immortal. You can't say, oh well, we'll threaten Deadpool's life. You know, you can't do that in the film. So giving him a good character, a love interest who's in danger, of course, you know, the trope of damsel in distress, you know, which I don't give a monkey's about. It's a trope that isn't bad inherently, but it's a good go-to if you're playing it safe, because Deadpool, again, played it safe in a couple of places. But Vanessa as a character works for me because she starts off as a prosy, wasn't she? She was a prosy, and then sort of like she starts swearing on her own, and you could see why Wade fell in love with her. And that's what I like too, because she wasn't just the love interest. She was someone who's like, I'm here because I like Wade Wilson and he loves me. And even the love scenes, and it is funny that the movie came on Valentine's Day because it was a good romance film. That was really good going for it too, because you can take your missus out and or your partner really, and say, all right, well, this is a romance film too. You know, it's not just an action film, it's not just a rated R film, it's also a romance film. Outside of that, those few characters, Gina Cosina, or how we pronounce her name, she was hang on, I've got this. Don't tell me the answer. Who was she? Angel Dust. That's who she was. Angel Dust. She was fun. I liked her. And even the scene where she's fighting Colossus, brilliant. All her banter, brilliant. She was. I like to see her again. I'm glad they didn't kill her off. Ajax is fine. He's okay. He can die. But Angel Dust. She should come back for another film. So should Negasonic 2 years. I mean, I should be surprised if I didn't see her in a comic soon. But I feel like the character, the actress who played her in the film, is what made the character for me, because anyone can be any character in any comic, because not even her power set's the same thing. She's completely different. Apparently she's a telepath in the comics. She's not even the same character set, she's just a character. So her being in the next one with that same actress would make me like put my ass into a seat on its own. That might be it, really. This has gone on for almost 12 minutes. If you like, I don't know, like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, etc. If not, I'm glad you watched all the same. It is a lengthy video, most people don't go on for this long, but thanks for that. Well, for the watch. So see you when I see you.